Hello, this is Mike Poor, Superintendent of Schools for Bentonville School District. This is another segment of A Minute with Mike. Today is September 18th. I'm honored to have as my guest today Mr. Dana Davis, who is our leader for our Bentonville and Bella Vista Chamber of Commerce. We're, I think, celebrating, and we're still in the effects of a post-election results that actually, I don't know how you felt, but I was a little bit stunned by how dramatically we won. How did you feel about our end results?
Well, I know that we had a good effort to get the message out, to get the facts out to those that would be voting. And I thought it was, if the effort was successful, they understood what the issues and what the challenges were, how it benefited the Bentonville School District and our communities in order to pass this millage election, then I thought we'd be successful. Now, did I expect to win by 70%? Probably not. But I certainly was confident with the message that we put out there.
Just hang on the 70% just for a little bit, because it's such a great number.
Absolutely.
You've been in a number of school systems through your work, both in Oklahoma and Texas. Had you ever seen a referendum pass with that type of percentage?
I have never been involved in an election for a referendum of that nature that passed with 70%. No, that's the first time.
And in my almost 30 years of school work, I can't ever remember something like that happening either. When you think of the success, I believe that a huge part of this one was we had a unified board of education that stood behind this, but right behind that was the business community jumping in to support us, and you spearheading that. But in your eyes, why do you think the business community could feel engaged in this and could find a way to support it?
I think I talk about a couple of things. One is I think they appreciated the process that the school board went through in holding over 25 forums with the community to try to determine what the best solution was. And although there may have been alternative solutions out there, I know that they were comfortable with the fact that you went through all those forums, listened to the general population, and then developed a package based upon that. The other reason is they understand how important good school systems are to their business and to recruiting additional businesses in. And so that is one of those things that was an easy sell for them. So when they're looking for employees, or when they're looking at the opportunity to bring in other companies that need employees and need to be able to recruit, and generally those individuals bring families with them, and they need good school systems to put them in. It was an easy tie-in there. I think the other reason is because when you think about property values, and a lot of people look at it as what is the cost of the 2.9 millage. I think from a business perspective, and I think from a homeowner's perspective, is what we found out is they understand that the home values are maintained as a result of good educational systems, not overcrowding, not a system where people don't want to live here. They want to maybe perhaps move to Northwest Arkansas but not live here because of the overcrowding issues. And so I think they understood as well that it actually will maintain and enhance property values as opposed to seeing those decline.
Yeah, oftentimes I think from the education field, we're always trying to tie into the business community to share that we are a part of the economic engine. Typically, school systems are one of the largest employers in a community, and that's even the case here in Northwest Arkansas and in specific Bentonville School District. And that seemed to resonate with people that this is an important issue, not just for children and students, but it's really important for our overall community. And we appreciate your efforts in terms of helping leading that. One of the unique things about our campaign was the slogan that we're both wearing that says yes. And you and our consultant Mark Henry really were the key contributors to a lot of our marketing approach and using that word yes. Why did that resonate so well with folks?
Again, I think it's the overall message. I think that people understood that there is an issue here. There was overcrowding at the high school. And so, to kind of just put a name on it, yes. And, I guess what we thought is as we developed these badges and different things, that if we need, a lot of people want to say yes to a lot of different things. We could wear these year-round just about and probably be successful, right, Superintendent? But I think it was the overall message and the overall theme, and we wanted to make sure that message was delivered factually and delivered in a way that people could understand it. And oftentimes, a single word is the easiest way to do that.
It really did, catch people, and we were blessed to work with Mark Henry to help us can do
Absolutely.
the work on this campaign for the yes side. And then, you know, yourself, and we had so many other wonderful volunteers throughout this campaign, and I know from my end, I want to thank those volunteers for their support and the time. We had people that, like a Kathy Breed, who went out and got, you know, literally over almost 2,000 people to get registered to vote, and then a lady by Marie Calgar who went out and knocked on doors and you know, hundreds of doors to try to get people in, and she's one of our bus drivers and a grandmom that lives here in this community. You probably have several stories yourself of just people that went to extraordinary lengths.
Well, I agree, and Mike, as you know, I've been here for just a little over 6 months. This gave me an opportunity. I met so many great people during this process, and they were great volunteers, and we could not have done it without them. And if I start naming names, I know I'm going to leave someone out that was very important or very critical to the campaign. But every one of them, every single one of them that came in to help were there. We would not have been successful without them. I mean, I can tell you that. This was a joint effort, and so we appreciate all of our volunteers, all of those that served on our committee. We had a great committee as well. You know, everybody just had a role to play. They played that role excellently, and I think we saw success as a result of that.
And I think that when you look at the results that we had of, you know, 70% of the populace voting for us, that doesn't happen with one or two people. That's really a whole string of folks like you're sharing that participated in this to make that a reality. And in some ways it also is a real tribute to our teachers and our principals, because I think people believed in the Bentonville school system in terms of our educational delivery. It's partially why the growth is coming in this district. They know that they're going to get outstanding educational delivery to their students, and people are choosing this school district to be a part of, and that's pretty neat.
It is, and you know, when I look at business leaders, when I talk to business leaders, that's one of the things that they always point out. And you know, I've done economic development, been involved in economic development at the state level and at the local level for 15 years now, and I can tell you that the quality of an education system is in the top 2 or 3 for sure of what businesses look at when they are looking at a community. So again, from a business perspective, I think this was an easy call for us. You know, we have members that have children and grandchildren, and you know, have had family graduate from Bentonville schools, and they understand the quality education that they received or they're receiving.
Well, our target for this Minute with Mike will actually be, we're going to try to replicate it if possible, to not only send this out through our channels of communication in the district, but we'd like to share it with the chamber and have you maybe put it on as a link, and we'll put it out through our Yes Committee. And the reason we want to do it through all of those 3 avenues if possible is just there are so many people that we're very grateful for, including the 70% of the folks that had faith in the message that we were delivering.
Absolutely.
And have high expectations that we'll now deliver. And if I had a final comment to make for me to wrap up today, this is the first time that I've got to wear this button, yes, because as a superintendent I had to be very careful with my messaging to continually to be factual and not try to espouse a certain point of view. But it feels awfully good today to wear the yes campaign button, and I think it does resonate well with everybody that we're just, yes, we've got this thing won, yes, we're going to get to build a new high school, and yes, we've got a commitment to kids. And I want to thank you again for all of your efforts to making this a reality, and we wish everyone a good rest of the week, and again, thank you for your participation in our election.